and consumer, government agency, and this is the complete ecosystem where any business has to be where any business has to be grow. We'll see about what are the components which is in EV ecosystem. One by one, we'll see. The first ecosystem will be landing in the different titles. We'll start from the landowners because we need some kind of infrastructure, especially we should have enough land for installing the EV charging. And very important thing, we need supply for this charger. It may be a utilities, it may be the utility supply, or it may be a smart grid. It may be powered from the conventional energy, or it can be powered from the renewable energy. And very important thing, we have to identify the very good quality EV manufacturer, and we also identify the who are the manufacturer who have been supplying the quality charger. That means we can say the electrical vehicle supply equipment original equipment manufacturer, shortly called as OEM. And we need to identify the charge point operator, because it is operator where some of the companies will be giving this lease to some of the people to operate the charging point or charge point operators. And we should know understand the what is the connectivity and what is the technology involved in the charging, and how it is can be taken in the application, in mobile application. And aggregators, and identify the user and government policies, and what are the rules and regulation given by the government has to be taken into the consideration. These are the ecosystem component involved in the EV things. Very important thing, we are going to see that how this EV charging and ES nothing but energy saving. We can say that ESS will be nothing but energy saving component or energy storage system. Just a minute, I'll be trying to. This energy storage system, very important thing, and we are going to see that how this EV charging going to be stored in the battery system, and how this battery can be retrieved for your charging the vehicle. We are going to see the small layout here, single line diagram of what is the generation and how the generation is going to happen. Nowadays we are getting the 50 to 60% of maximum power generation only from the thermal based power system, we can say TPS. And we'll be having a penetration of renewable energy, especially from wind and solar, is getting contributing to the generation. When this generation is getting this thing, it is giving to the distribution transformer, and it is going for transmission thing. Again, we will be having a transmission transformer as well, distribution transformer, where it is getting having a bus coupler as well as common feeder, and is getting to the distributor, where when you distributing, this voltage will be getting stepped down to 415 voltage, and 415 voltage will be given to the your normal charger, means will be having a three-phase input operating at the voltage of 415 voltage, that is be given to the EV charger. This EV charger, from the EV charger we are going to charge your electrical vehicle. We can see it is a four-wheeler, it is a bus and trucks, we have been charging the thing. Coming to this part, in this part we can see that EMS. I think EMS, many people will be knowing that EMS stand for energy management system. And this energy management system is one of the very important component to see that how much energy we have been taken from the grid and how much energy has been utilized for the effective charging of your battery. And when it's coming to the management system, very important thing, it will try to take care of the energy storage system and what is the controller involved in charging the battery, so that the charging capability of the battery will be always maintained by using the charge controller. And PCS nothing but power conditioning system. It will be trying to ensure that required amount of energy will be given to this battery component. And this ES controller, this energy storage system, this ESS also will be taking the input from the your conventional grid, as well as it also take the energy from the your solar system also. When you're getting solar system, again there will be inverter will be there, and inverter input will be taken as a input to the controller. This controller will decide that whether to charge the your battery from the grid or to charge the battery from the inverter based upon the algorithm. Nowadays AI as well as machine learning algorithm is playing the vital role. In machine learning algorithm, majorly reinforced algorithms are playing the vital role. In this, best algorithm will be selected and it will be inbuilt in this controller. It will decide that whether which energy is getting more, that will be getting top priority, and it will be getting the energy and it will be selected and it will be charging to the your battery system. The excess energy from the your storage system or storage controller will be given back to the your supply through the transformer. So it is the typical ecosystem available for the EV charging and energy storage system. This is very, very important thing. And we can see in between the thing, we can see that the blue color line indicates the DC system, and the dotted line of green color indicates the communication. As long as these communications are very, very, very enforcing means your data storage as well as your uninterruptible supply of your energy storage system can be ensured at any point of time. Coming to the EV charging infra market, what are the EV charging infrastructure markets are available? The first thing is why people have been going for EV vehicle, because EV charging is one of the potential market available in Indian market. Definitely business opportunities are there, and the EV charging infrastructure is there. And only major, what is the main thing means in this triangle, the driving is nothing but a cost. Driving cost is less. Because of driving cost low, the people have been, the business opportunities are there. Because of when business opportunities are there, the people can establish the infrastructure. EV charging infrastructure can be established for getting the vehicle to be charged. Because of this only one driving point of having the low cost, the people has been going for installing the EV charging, and a lot of entrepreneurs has been evolving in this EV charging. As per the recent survey done by the world market, we can see the global electric vehicle charging infrastructure market is expected to reach almost, we can say, 45.5 US dollar billion by 2025. It has been done by Grandview Research, has been done this research. And global electric vehicle charging infrastructure to grow with estimated compound annual growth rate of almost 47.9%. This has been survey done by the Grandview Research. And very few charger very shocking to see that only since the policy has been rolled out and there was no any good clarity among the people, and the only in India is having few chargers have been getting installed, and this charging infrastructure has been keep on increasing in India, and low investment in fast charging. And only thing is the cost is become vital thing, and government is promoting, and right now in coming days this fast charging infrastructure will also getting booming up in Indian market also. Coming to the very important thing, you have to understand that what is meaning of AC charging, what is meaning of DC charging. In case of AC charging is nothing but AC is nothing but always called as slow charging. Keep in mind, slow, always AC is nothing but slow charging. DC is called as fast charging. In case of AC charging, always it have one kind of onboard charger. We can say that OBC, onboard charger. Whenever AC charging, it will be taking supply from your plug point. It will be given to the AC charger. AC charger will give required amount of power to the your onboard charger. It will convert your AC energy into DC. This AC will be given to your battery. It is called as your onboard charger. It will be called as slow charger. Generally, time for a slow charger will be minimum ranging from 6 to 8 hours of charging will be taken place for your slow charger. Whereas coming for DC charger is nothing but will be taking the AC supply from the grid. It will be converted into high power DC. This high power DC will be given directly to the your battery. Before giving to the it will be the charger will convert AC to DC, and this will be converted to the your battery. That is a basic difference in case of on charger as well as offboard charger are called a DC charging. Always DC charging will have the DC output before giving to the input of your battery which is present in the vehicle. And one more thing is the infrastructure investment for DC charging will be investment is high in case of DC charging, investment is less for AC charging. AC charging can be installed in any kind of place, starting from the your residential consumer to the commercial buildings. Anyone can install this AC charger. Whereas DC charging, it needs some kind of protocol, some kind of standard to be followed when you are installing the DC charging. For that only government is making standardizing the charging method and establishing the So for this only, the government is making the policy. Government is making the adapting some kind of charging protocols for DC charging, especially for making ensuring that they should not create any kind of trouble or any kind of problem to the peoples who have been near to this charging station. Coming to the next point. Now, very important thing, we have to understand the what of charging technologies which have been commercially available in the market. So you can see type 1 charger, type 2 charger, CCS charger, and chart demo. It is a Japanese word. Anyone came across this word before the thing? Any response from the audience? Audience? Audience, you are able to follow me?
Yes, sir, we are able to follow you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for confirming. Very good, sir. In case of EV charging, very important thing, we have to understand these 4 types of charging protocol or charging standard. Just I'll be going in detail. Just before going this thing, you have to understand. We can see each and everything will have different types of socket. Correct? Different types of your socket that will be fitting only to the vehicle. If you're having these types of charger, it will be fitting only to the vehicle having this kind of socket. It is called as plug. It is called a socket. Both the plug and socket should match. The plug will be always present in the charger and socket will be always present in the vehicle. If a vehicle is coming with a type 2 socket means then the charger should have type 2 socket. If the charger is having only type 1, the vehicle cannot be charged. If the vehicle is having the CCS socket and we are having only chat demo, then it will not be able to shoot it. So that's the reason in case of EV charging station, minimum government is emphasizing, government is making a standard protocol that only this kind of charger should be adapted in the vehicle so that there will not be any confusion, there will not be any kind of delay, there cannot be any kind of problem in charging the vehicle with the required amount of your plug and socket. We can see that this CCS and chat demo is nothing but DC charger. Just I'm briefing, it is called DC charger. This type 1, type 2 is called as AC charger. As you know, as previously I said that AC charger is nothing but a slow charger, whereas the DC charger is called as fast charger. Definitely, any charging station, if you want to start the business, if you want to become the entrepreneur, you have to ensure that if you want to ensure this protocol, at least you should have the one fast charger, one slow charger. Recently, Government of India given the guidelines that if you are keeping one charging station, you should have 5+1 charger. That means 5 different types of plugs should be there so that it will be shooting different types of vehicle. So for example, Magenta Verito is coming. It is having one type of socket. And Tata Tiger is coming. It should have some kind of socket. So here what happening is, and Honda Kona is coming. It is having different types of socket. So to ensure that all the vehicle to be charged, the charger station should have enough amount of charger capability to charge the vehicle. Coming back to the your basic thing, we'll see one by one what is type 1, type 2, what is CCS, and what is chat demo. Coming to the AC charger, the type 1 is nothing but basically a single phase charger. We can say single phase plug, and it is standard for EV vehicles from America and Asia. That means this type 1 charger will be common in case of Asian market and US market, we can say. And it allows to charge a car at a speed up to only 7.5 kilowatt. It can able to deliver the power. And based upon the capacity of the vehicle capacity, we have to decide whether your vehicle can able to charge is a type 1 or type 2. The maximum power capability delivering of type 1 charge is limited to only 7.4 kilowatt, whereas a